Sorry, my in my leg there is a pain, so I stopped that recording for a while. Now I'm fine. So where we are, yes, in our task controller. So we have created the uh, task by we created that two task get task by adding and get task and create task. Now the part is update task. So we whatever the data want to update, so we receive from the user or from the body. If nothing is there, so we use as it is, whatever it is has, and it is just doing the if there is nothing is provided, so we give that error, and if provided, so we give that new true and up find by ID and updated that and populate the same thing again. Who is created and for whom is assigned that task, and sending the JSON again with the message and the updated task data. Again, for the delete task, we want the ID we get from the params, and after that, if everything is okay, so we use the delete one. Uh, so we use the uh, delete one based on that ID and task deleted successfully. We send the JSON return and update task status the same thing like uh, it is we mention here. Let me show you. Status is like pending or the in a progress or completed like that. So we can change. Where is it? Here. So for that updated task status is control is here and same we can copy paste the same thing for the priority which is the low, medium and high. So doing the same thing you can copy paste. So that's the task controller task and the auth controller I already discussed about it. Login and register. Now users is the same thing. We created that get user by ID like a single user and updating that user like the status of user can be new admin or the new user like user is active or not like that. And admin can delete the user as well. For that there is a middle auth middle where I already discussed about it and there is a controller for the users. So get users the same thing find method of the mongoose which find the whole users or the which is created in a database or storing in a database. We use the select method which using that select method we are ignoring the uh, means we are deselecting the password using the select method. That's how it is work and sending the uh, users in a JSON uh, data. I'm using the simple console.log because I'm getting some error. The same thing get user by ID we are using find by ID and by the ID we are finding that user and selecting again the password means not selecting that password. So in a logger or in a console.log no one can see the password of that user. Same thing updating the user with the username role is active it is not active in a what is the status of the user is like he is active or not. We whatever the things we want to update we get from the user request body or from the user and we can update it and using the user.save and sending the data back in a JSON format. Deleting data, same thing, doing by request.params.id and I think nothing is left. the already discussed the MongoDB connection. Logger is just a simple logger. I'm using the Winston. It creates two files. The here is with combine log and error log. So we mentioned here because if there is any error, so we can uh, get that error, all the data in that two files. And this is just a simple format like whatever the logs we get in a console of VS Code. So that is a colorized or simple. Not it is do not having more information about here. It is just a message like this method is uh, using here or using by anyone. So we get the log in a log like that's the URL, that's the status code and the time in a millisecond. And nothing. Yeah, that's it. The server folder is done. So I'm stopping that video. Then in our next part, I'm going to do the same thing for the client folder.